What is up, good people? Welcome back to NBA Fantasy Focus. We're going to be doing a three-game recap for November 7th in the NBA. And let's get started with Minnesota visiting the Chicago Bulls. Minnesota takes this one 135-119. This game was pretty close, and then Minnesota just went on a romp in the fourth. They took care of biz. They were led by Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, 33 points, wonderful shooting, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, and 5 3-pointers. Balled out, Anthony. Julius Randle pitched in his first double-double of the year, which surprised me. 22 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and 1 3-pointer, and great shooting from Julius there. As for the rest of the Timberwolves, Jaden McDaniels had 19, 2 and 3 trays. Gobert had a big night, 21 and 9, 3 dimes, only 1 block. And Conley pitched in with a double-double, 14, 11, 3 trays. They had 13 off the bench from DiVincenzo, 13, 4, 3 steals, a block, and 3 trays. And let's take a look at the Chicago side of things. They were led by Nikola Vucevic with Zach LaVine out for this game. Vucevic had 25 points. He had 5 rebounds. He had 2 assists, a block, and 3 threes. Wonderful shooting from the field. Did miss 2 free throws, which was kind of surprising. Kobe White, he did his thing. He bounced back from a stinker. 24 points, 8 assists, 4 threes, and solid shooting from Kobe White there. As for the rest of the Bulls, they had Patrick Williams, okay, 12 points, 2 threes, 3 steals. DeSumo, 12, 3 and 2. And Josh Giddey, horrible shooting, but did have 13 assists, 9 points, 6 rebounds. And as for the bench squad, Talen Horton-Tucker made an appearance, 16, 5 and 2. Jalen Smith had 9 and 6. And that much is it for this game. So let's move along to the second game on the schedule. Okay, next up, we have the Jazz visiting Milwaukee. Both teams struggling mightily, and Milwaukee runs away with this in the second half, 123-100. Utah had Lauri Markkanen back in business. He didn't do much, 8 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 threes. Not the best shooting, but good to see him back in action. Jordan Clarkson, he returned as well. He had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 3-pointers. Disappointing from Walker Kessler, 6 and 8, 3 blocks, only played 25 minutes. Sexton had 14 and 7, 2 trays. And Keontae George, 10, 3 and 3, 3 trays, but really bad shooting. And Cody Williams did a whole lot of nothing. John Collins came off the bench. He had 11 and 3. 18 points, as mentioned, from Clarkson, and Johnny Juzang, 12 points out of nowhere. And let's take a look at the Milwaukee side of things. They had Giannis Antetokounmpo return from a 1-game absence. And Giannis, well, he does Giannis thing. He put up his 31. He put up his 16 massive rebounds. He had 2 dimes, had a steal, had a block. Wonderful shooting from the field, and for him, pretty from free throw line. So that was good to see. Dame Lillard, monster game. Dame had 34. He had 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, and 4 threes. Big game. Love it for those who have Dame on their roster. The rest of the starters didn't do too much. Lopez, 1.5 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. Torian Prince 6-4. Andre Jackson got the start for Gary Trent Jr. He's interesting. He had 4 steals, 4 assists, 7 points. Yeah, keep an eye on him. Could be a possible stream option. Bobby Portis, 19-6, 3 trays, and the rest of the bench didn't do too much. AJ Green did have 4 trays, so if you're desperate for 3-pointers and you need that stream, consider him. And let's move along to the final game on this light schedule. Okay, final game on the schedule were the shorthanded Spurs facing the shorthanded Trailblazers. Spurs take this one, 118-105. Portland had a solid game from DeAndre Ayton. He doubled. He's been pretty solid this year, 21-10, 2 steals, a block, and a 3. Really good shooting. Anthony Simons pitched in. He had 19, 7 dimes, and a steal, 3 3-pointers, and pretty decent shooting for him, Anthony. And rest of the Portland squad, Kamara 4-9, not much. Avdia 9-7-5. And Jeremy Grant, he's having a decent year, 21 points, not much else. Portland bench had solid contributions. Shaden Sharp just returned from his injury. He went 6 of 9. And Scoot Henderson, 3 in only 20 minutes. We'd love to see him get more minutes. And let's take a look at the San Antonio side of things. Well, they didn't get the highest amount of scoring from their starters, but it was good enough to take the dub here. Victor Wembanyama did not shoot the ball well. 12 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, but did have 4 massive steals. So people shouldn't be too mad about that. Keldon Johnson doubled. First one of the year, 17-11, 3 assists, 2 threes. He's a solid stream option. I think Vassell will be back on Saturday, so, take that with a grain of salt. Julian Champagny, 14-6, 4 trays. Harrison Barnes, 11-7, 1 tray. Chris Paul, 6-6. And Stefan Castle, the rookie, 14-6, 6 of 11 shooting. On the bench side, we had Zach Collins at 14, 3-2, 2 trays. And we had Malachi Branham, 3 trays, 17 points. And Blake Wesley out of nowhere, 10 points, 8 dimes. So that's usually the remedy against Portland. You're going to get some big nights, and that's what happened. So yeah, that will pretty much wrap it up for our mini recap here on the 3-game slate on November 7th. We got a massive recap coming up for November 8th. I believe it's 12 or 13 games coming up to recap on the NBA fantasy schedule. Looking forward to that. And if you found this show of value, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, that would be much appreciated. And we're going to see everyone on the next episode of NBA Fantasy Focus.